Welcome to LeadGreen Fellowship. LeadGreen Fellowship is a Pan-African fellowship for young people across Africa. Our core focus and mandate is to build leaders. We build leaders in Africa who are going to be leading change from their respective community. We exist to raise a generation of young people who are conscious about sustainability, who are conscious about climate change, who are conscious about making impact in their community. We want to see young people leading change. Africa is at the receiving end of climate change. Everybody knows that. If you don't know, this fellowship is going to educate you on potential implication of climate change, why climate change, concept is very important for us as Africans, and why it is important that you lead change. Technology has made things very easy, especially here in Africa. So as young people, want to leverage this opportunity, want to leverage this medium to raise technologies, to raise voices, to raise initiatives that can support the climate advocacy, that can support the climate program. There is a lot of climate program that's that's affecting us as Africans. Drought, heat wave, erratic rainfall pattern. There are a lot of them. I'm going to be unpacking them in the fellowship for those who are just new to the concept of climate change, especially with regards to the African system. So that's why LeadGreen exists. So quickly, how does the fellowship work? So this orientation is going to also be extended to the general fellowship. So, but you are going to be experiencing and having a clue of what the fellowship entails and what it is that you're expecting from you as team lead and co-team lead. So you are majorly going to be leading your team. So how does the fellowship work? So it works on this. You will work in a small, diverse team across Africa. So in your team, obviously you can have other fellows who are from other countries. So it's possible that you don't. So be very open to receive other fellows who are from other African countries. So the fellowship is output driven. Progress is measured by what you do, not just attendance. So the fellowship is key on impact. It's key on value that is being taken away from the fellowship. You are not just coming to the fellowship just to be a fellow and then post on pages. Oh yeah, I'm a fellow here at LeadGreen. We want to see impact. We want to, see your community-driven initiative, right? That's why the fellowship is, existing. And it's also a leadership fellowship. We don't just teach theory. Everything we're going to be doing here is going to be practical. It means that you are going to be going into the community, going into your community, respective community, and addressing change. That is the focus of the fellowship. So you as team lead and co-team lead, you are going to be leading the teams. You are going to be making so many discussions in your team. So as you know, you must have seen that your team, co-team lead and team lead have a team group name, like your fellow team group name. So for some people it is climate change. So For some people, it is sustainability. So for some people, it is deforestation. So these are the teams, the name of your group that you are leading. So you must have seen that from the document that I've been sent. So you have a team name, and we are going to be referring you to team name. So the fellowship structure is in different formats. So for month one, you are going to be learning about climate leadership and system thinking. So for month two, you are going to be, learning about community action and project design. So for month three, your communication, storytelling, and then for month four, implementation, graduation, and award ceremony. These are just the structures for the fellowship throughout your journey. So as team lead and co-team lead, you are going to be leading discussion, like I said. You are going to be leading discussion, a topic that is going to be shared, for respective team to, facilitate. You are going to be facilitating sessions in your team. So these are the recommendations. You need this recommendation, you can request from us. You can be creative in your approach to the way you lead your team. And let me clarify this. So the team lead and co-team lead are not, they don't have different roles. It is just, for us to make sure that there is hierarchy, right, in the team. So for team lead and co-team lead, you are working together. Your role are basically the same. You are going to be working together, teaming up together to decide how your team runs, host sessions and meetings, the date and time of the meeting, and generally how you coordinate your meeting and your group. So you have the recommendation flow for facilitating sessions and meetings. You are just going to follow this. If you like this, we can send it to you, but you can get creative. It depends on how you determine and how you want it to flow. But generally, we have like a guideline to what you want to do, and it's just for 60 minutes, right? So 5 minutes, you can be a welcoming of the team, everybody together, then move on to guided discussion topic for for that day, and then diving, just getting into uh, meeting and the topic, deep diving into the topic generally, and then output progress, just making open conversation between the team, between everybody in the team. So you are going to be throwing up once you are done with your um, introducing the topic and teaching about the topic. Then you open the floor for questions, you open the floor for discussion. So apparently the topic is going to be something open for the fellows or the team to discuss about. You're going to, once you are done, stating the session and opening the um, meeting up for discussion and every other people to contribute, and then you are going to be observing your group, the questions that are coming, give answers to them, and if you don't have answers to them, just throw it open for every other person to answer. You are a team. You are not just only just about the topic. You are just going to open the topic for people to also contribute. So it's a teamwork, it's a team meeting, it's a team discussion. So the purpose of this is for you to relate with everybody, get the people or the team, contributing to the topic, and generally getting, the discussion. So whoever that is take the topic, just like introducing the topic and maybe discussing a little bit about the topic, and we decide between you and your the team lead and co-team lead. So it's a group work, it's a team work, and then maybe any other business, right? So for engagement management, so as team lead, obviously you are going to be doing private check-in session. So if you notice that you know some of the fellows are not coming for meetings, you, you do a private communication with them, privately, just getting to know why they're into meetings and um, um, sessions. So reminding them, their expectation. Obviously, we are going to be having, deliverables. Everything is going to be submitting assignment. So the assignment is going to be generated for the team. So the team is going to work on the assignment together and submit. So those are some of the things you are going to be doing. If there is any issues in your team, you are going to be escalating it to the program associate. So you are going to have a program associate who's going to be meeting with you. You must have seen its update. So no public shaming, always professional. So we are expecting ultimate professionalism from you. We are expecting that you coordinate your group, in a manner that is professional. So, of course, we have leadership mindsets, the do's and the don'ts. So for the don'ts, you don't show favoritism, you don't ignore engagements, delay reporting, public embarrassment of member, then don't be a dictator. As leaders, we don't want to be a dictator. You want to listen, you want to be attentive, you want to listen to everybody's opinion, you want to listen to everybody's initiative and idea. You are working as a team. You are also a fellow like them. So make sure that you coordinate yourself in a way that is appropriate. Also, already setting an example as team lead and co-team lead. So communicate openly and make sure that you respect everybody. You are neutral in your approach, and then you make sure that you are very timely when it comes to sessions, taking up meetings. Conflict resolution. Okay, if there's conflict in the team, make sure you don't escalate it too much. It's something that can be solved. If it's not something that can be solved within the team, you reach out to the program associates. So, for example, you might have passive members not responding, not coming to meetings. Just make sure that you reach out to them. Make sure that you don't have any political disagreement. You don't have any political inclination or interest. This is solely for a fellowship meeting. It's not political. Don't be political in your group. Don't share any political things in your group. Of course, everybody have political inclination, so it's not accepted. So for conflict resolution, clarify the issue privately. If there's anybody that is having issues, go into their DM, message them privately, and make sure you solve the issue amicably. Focus on behavior and not personality. So if you see anybody that is attitude or whatever, you lord it over them. Just make sure that you respect them, respect their opinion, and just try to encourage them. Always make sure you realign with fellowship values. Make sure you don't stray away from the fellowship value. Escalate issues if necessary. So the rules is leads are facilitators, not judges. You are not here to judge anybody. You are not here to condemn anybody. So, like I said, why the fellowship exists? Africa is one of the regions most affected by climate change, and we as young people, we need to provide solution. So, like I said, the fellowship goal is to empower young people like you to address climate issues, become climate leaders. So let me quickly to the most important, um, um, which is team leading. Like I said, you are responsible for facilitating sessions and meetings to make sure that you take time to discuss on when you want to meet and how you want the meeting to go. So you are responsible for coordinating between yourself, team lead and co-team lead. You are working together to lead the team. So you have a team um, um, in. You must have seen that from the document that has been shared. So refer back to it. Every other details will be communicated to you. So make sure that you stay glued to group. So if you have, if you are a team lead or co-team lead here, if your if your partner is not here on the call, make sure you reach out to them. Reach out to them. Make sure you reach out to yourself today. Make sure that you know yourself, who is the team lead, who is the co-team lead. So make sure that you reach out to each other, talk to each other, interact, get to know each other, and then you can begin to plan for your team and begin to take charge of your team. So we are sharing a document with you that contain the names of your team member and the phone number. So if you notice, we don't have all the folks on the group because of the technical issue we have. So we are going to be sharing documents with you. So it contains the names of your teams, team fellows. You are going to be reaching out to them personally, and creating a WhatsApp group for your team. So whoever that is going to create it, maybe the team lead or co-team lead, you are going to decide that. So make sure that you create a group channel for your team. It is very, very essential. Create a group channel for your team, a WhatsApp group channel for your team. This is where you are going to be meeting communication channels where you share, meeting updates, things that you want every other people to know. Just basically a communication means of your team. So make sure you create a group for yourself after this call. After this call, create a group channel for your team. All right, so this is going to serve as a medium of communication. It is very, very, very essential so that when you are going to be taking on assignments, you are going to be able to communicate with each and everyone. All right. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat box. Let us know. Let us know your questions. If you have questions, drop them in the channel. All right. I think I've covered majority of what it is expected. Your role is to lead, take charge of your team. If there is any member that is not responding like you want, chat them privately. Make sure you resolve issues. Do not judge anybody. Be in your best behavior as team lead and co-team lead. Make sure you communicate with each other. Don't allow disagreement. Don't allow rancor or issues. Make sure you settle issues amicably if there is any. And we believe that team lead and team lead, you will work, together to make your team the best in this fellowship. So we are going to be, we are going to be spotlighting of the fellowship. We are going to be spotlighting individual fellows who have, who are outstanding. All right. So make sure that you coordinate your team to be the best. Make sure that you are in your best behavior, which is very essential. Communicate with yourself. Communicate with yourself. It is very, very important. Make sure that your team is outstanding. because we are going to be highlighting, spotlighting the team of the fellowship and rewarding them. So make sure that you are presenting your team to receive something from the fellowship, right? So if you have any questions, please let us know.
Hello, sir.
So somebody is asking a question. With the fellowship, the funding us. So yeah,
Hello.
the
Hello, sir.
fellowship is leadership fellowship. We are not funding initiative. All we are focused on is see the leadership capacity that you have as a fellow and how you are going to be utilizing that as a fellow. It is very important that you have ideas. It is also important that you know how to deploy them. So, because of the fellowship, there is a lot that you are going to be learning about. So, for those who are having ideas already, it's not a problem. Channels such that we have prepared for you to, take your initiative, to the next level. So, the rest assured, some of those things will be spoken about. Yes, we are receiving in the fellowship, the outstanding things. So that's why it is very essential that you take your team very serious and make sure that you submit deliverables. My mic is muted. I don't know. Somebody is asking if my mic is muted and it's not muted. Can you hear me?
No, please. We really can't hear you clearly because after Nura asked Iswa a question, the person left their mic on and they are quite in a noisy place.
Okay, I don't know where. Please kindly mute your mic so that other people can listen.
I think there's a way the host can mute all mics.
Hello, please, I have a question to ask you. Okay, as regards the team lead and the materials that is supposed to be given to us to, lead the team, I want to ask, are we doing the stuff on the platform we are going to, as a group platform, the WhatsApp group platform we are going to create, or are we channeling it to Google Meet? And how do the organizers of this stuff follow up if the team leader actually doing the right thing, and how if not,
Yeah,
how do they how do they checkmate the team lead and see how they go? That's one of my questions.
I don't think I could barely hear you. Please, can you just type your question if possible on the chat box? It was difficult hearing you. Let me just quickly take other people's question while you send in your question again. So somebody is asking, does the team align with organization long-term vision? All right. So as you've known, if you check the documents, your group has a name. So some of the things you are going to be discussing in your group is tied to your group name or your team name. So in the course of the fellowship, you are going to be learning what you're going to do with regards to your group title. All right. So for the vision, so there are other people who are just joining the fellowship who doesn't know anything about climate change. So on the sessions, we take learners from 0 to 1, so on climate change. And so for the leadership aspect, you obviously going to we want to see, how you are going to think through about solving the problem when it comes to climate change. you don't necessarily have to um, take on this project. We want to see how you can come up with solution and how you can, because there are other people who might look at the solution and they feel like it's something they want to address, it's something they can take on, it's something they want to do. So some of the ideas that are going to be shared in the group, in your teams, are possibility of solution that can be a solution that is. So the problem that you find, you you look at the way you find solution to them, and then see how you can approach them and solve them systematically, right? So for some people who are on the team, they might feel like, okay, this is something that they can deploy in their community. It's something that they can actually do, or that can become like an idea for them to further. So that's it. So somebody is saying that I should repeat the answer on funding. Like I said, there is no funding for the project that you are going to be coming up with, or ideas that you are coming up with. But for those who have ideas, and initiative during the course of the um, fellowship, we are going to be sharing some of the things you can do to take your fellowship, your initiative to the next level, to get funding, right? Some of the things you can do to attract funding. There are experts that are going to be coming on the section to lecture or deliver keynotes that are going to be very helpful for you to take your initiative, to the next level. So there is certificate for completion of the fellowship. Who is asking that? Will each team be expected to develop a project or campaign? Are we focusing on research, implementation, awareness? That's a very good question. So these are some of the assignments you are going to do. So when you get to your team, you are going to be having to sit together and brainstorm idea, and then the practical solution on how you are going to solve the problem, right? And the impact, your projection, of impact, right? So these are some of the things you are going to be doing as the fellowship progresses. Yes, somebody is asking, are the team going to teach themselves through group discussion? The team leads guiding the learning through the material. Exactly. So that's the purpose of you as team lead and co-team lead. So you are going to be facilitating the session for discussions. Somebody is asking, sorry if I missed it, but is there a timeline for us, e.g., first 2 weeks for lectures, next is the team member brainstorming, next is project and approval, next is implementation, and when cohort. So the cohort is ending June. So there are going to be series of communication. So you don't have to worry too much about the scope of what you want to do in your team. So we are going to be monitoring and sharing with you as you go on in the fellowship. So you don't have to bother about that. As often as we progress, there are things that you are going to get to know why the program progresses. So the total timeline, somebody is talking about the total, it's just 4 months, 16 weeks. Are we going to be doing projects in relation to our cohorts? I mean, name of the cohorts. So, like I said, if you pay attention very well, you are going to what you are going to be doing is tied to your team name. All right. What you are going to be doing is tied, to your team name. So the practical aspect that require us to go to our community, are we expected to fund this? No, you are not funding any project on the fellowship. You are not funding any project on the fellowship. However, individually, you can take up your initiative, you know, you can take up your initiative if, like I said, who might find the idea very good and something that they want to further. So they might take the initiative and just go and do something about it in their community. So this is a step, for us to learn how to build up their own initiative from ground up. The idea that so how to do that, when to do that, everything is going to be you're going to learn everything in the on the on the course of the fellowship. So you don't have to worry about that. How can I easily connect my co-team lead? Like I said, we are going to be sharing the documents for the team lead and co-team lead to have. So they are going to go through it and look at everybody in their team. So they are going to be adding them to their group WhatsApp channel. So we are going to share the document with you. You are going to see everybody in your team. So the document is going to be made available to you as team lead and co-team lead. How can I easily connect with my person? Are the team member required to execute practical projects? No, you are not required to take on any practical projects. However, your team, these are some of the things you are going to be doing. How you are going to deliver, your project. Some of the ideas that you have deliberated on your team, you are going to be coming up with how you approach it generally when it comes to your community or in the community, right? So you are going to be taking on a case study of any environment, any community, as a case study. So you are going to be deploying the idea. However, you're not going to the community to actually deploy it. Just a practical way of how you will approach it, how you are going to deliver the project, right? That's the essence. So this are going to equip you with the knowledge of how to, start your initiative for those who are going to, be taking on your initiative after the, fellowship, right? So to equip you with the knowledge of, how to responding, communicate your ideas. These are some of the things that you are going to be learning. So you don't have to worry too much about all of that. And there will be series of communication with you as we progress. I hope I answered all the questions on the box. So for any team that's on the call today, we are reaching out to them. That means they have missed out on some of the important things they need to know. So we are going to be reaching out to them. So for you who are here, make sure you go back to the document and look at your teammates. Send a WhatsApp message to them and make sure that you gather your team together. Clear your WhatsApp channel where you're going to be communicating with them. All right. I don't know if I've answered that question. Is there any other question? To drop it as we are going to be rounding up. It's about time. Let me see. All the questions. Yeah. So yeah, I think I've. All right. We are going to be sending this slide to you for review, so that you can fall back to it. All right. I don't know if anybody has any question you want to.
A question, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. So, what am I actually like? I'm curious about the task. When we are documenting, when we are about to report, are we meant to document our meetings and our practical work to you or through the Gmail? In which way are we going to report to you, sir? That's my question.
I didn't get your question.
Yeah. My question is that in which way are we going to report to you, sir? Is it through Gmail or through WhatsApp? Do you get my question, sir?
Yes, we are going to be communicating with you as we progress. So you are going to be mediating between fellowship and the fellows, right? So everything you need to know, we are going to be communicating together. Anything the fellowship needs to know, we are going to be communicating with you, and then you are going to be communicating that also with your team. However, the group or the fellowship is going to be aware of what stage we are in the fellowship and how things go. But you are still going to be extending some of the information back to your team. So whatever information that we need from you, from the team, we are going to be letting you know.
Okay, sir.
I don't know
Thank you
if
very much, sir.
that question. No, we are not disposing data. Yeah, how many people do we want to dispose data to? So it would be very unfair to dispose data to some set of people and then other to that would be unfair. We are not disposing any data. Any other question? I believe that we have actually got an understanding of how to take your team to the best level in this fellowship. We will be actually be spotlighting team of the fellowship, fellows specifically of the fellowship. So as the team, as the fellowship teams. So we are going to be recognizing our social media channel and also recognizing them with awarding them with some things, right? So, yeah. Somebody is asking. It is based on performance. Which criteria are used? Which criteria are using to select him? I think I get the question. It is based on the performance and your deliverables. So once the team submit the necessary things that is required for their projects and every other thing, those are some of the criteria that you are going to be using to measure, your performance. So the assignment team who are attending, who are taking their session and taking their meetings, right? Attendance is also one of it, right? So for fellows who are not attending the meeting, obviously, you are going to be having, attendance sheets. So you'll be marking attendance every meeting that you want. So for the fellows who are not coming, you can encourage them to always show up, but we are going to be marking, attendance in the team. So you are going to be spearheading that, right? So these are some of the criteria. Do the team have discretion on frequency of the meeting? So you are going to be having meeting, every month throughout the fellowship, just once a month. On occasional case, maybe there is something that we need to share, or there is something that we need, to discuss or talk about, or like a webinar or workshop that we want to take. We can organize that and, allow you guys to take such meetings. So it depends on how creative you are with your, but there are going to be one session team meeting every month. So you have to take some of these meetings seriously in your group. So these meetings are for discussion on topic that's going to be shared with you. Are we going to be having professional talk or dresses or events? There are going to be webinars and workshops. in the fellowship. The meeting is 100% virtual. 100% virtual. There is no physical meeting for the team meeting. Any other question? Please, you want to round things up? All right. We just have 1 minute to wrap up this session. All right. If there's no other question, it's nice having you all on the call today. Do make sure that you reach out to your teammates. If your teammate is not on the call today, just reach out to them. Try to start conversation with them, and then make sure that you coordinate your team. Go and open your WhatsApp channel where you're going to onboarding all your teams. The list of the teams is going to be shared with you, where you have the phone number and names of your team members. So we are going to be sharing that with you. Yes, I think that's all. If there's any other communication, it's going to be passed across to us in the group channel. Thank you, and have a good evening.